What is going on, guys? Welcome to the show. This is a big one. We are announcing the rollout, a soft release of the UFO timeline. Months in the making, years in planning, and it's finally going down. It is the most advanced UFO database out there. At the very least, is the most beautiful. It looks good. It feels good. How good, we're going to show you guys in just a second. And I'm also going to walk you guys through how to get onto it and how to use it. All right. How are we going to use the timeline? How do we access it? How can you get early access? I know I teased early access for a while, and it took some troubleshooting of how to kind of roll it out and what platform to use. We're bootstrapping this, ladies and gentlemen. So from the ground up. So I found out a way of how to do this. So let's get into it, okay? So basically, if you go to the ufotimeline.com, right, which is the website for this amazing UFO database, if you go there, you're going to be confronted with this screen, this beautiful screen we're looking at. And this is designed to give you an idea of what the timeline is and how to work it. You can go here and watch videos of each little section, you know, kind of little explainers. Some of these videos are a little outdated, but the overall idea is there, right? And then you can also try to learn about us, donate if you wanted to donate to the project, or get early access. And for a long time, that early access button just simply was not working. Wasn't good. Now it works. Okay. I also want to announce that memberships for this YouTube channel are finally open, along with super chats. So thank you guys for watching my videos. Thanks for letting me hit that benchmark. I really appreciate it, and it's been awesome. But yeah, we're going to get a little bit more music going. I'm going to say what's up to the Uncle D just looked at my phone and seen a notification for Tupa. Yeah, I'm a listen. Good to see you, man. Good to see Uncle D in the mix. But I do want that music back. It's not bad. I made this music on Suno. So I just literally made it. And now we have a track. And can it get demonetized for music? Not today, because we made it up. All right? That's how we're doing it. So how do we get into the UFO timeline? How can you guys use it? All right, we're opening up the doors for my Patreon supporters first. If you don't know about my Patreon account, we're going to walk into that right now, okay? But first, let's say you go to the website and you want to access it, and you click early access. Let's see let's see how that goes. I gotta get rid of this comment though, just so we can watch this full demo. I'm going to get rid of my face too, so we can just see everything as it is. Okay. So you logged into the ufotimeline.com and you want to use this database. You want to get your research on. Hit early access. It's going to take you to this screen here. Here you can log in if you already have an account, or you can log in with your Patreon. All right. If you are a Patreon member, you literally click this button and you can now log in with your Patreon account. And if you don't have an account, Patreon is tried and true. It is an amazing website for creators, right? And if you want to support your creators or whatever, and in Patreon, you can just log in with your Google account if you wanted to. Facebook, Apple, it doesn't matter. And then you can create a Patreon membership, and you would take it to, it would, if you logged in, it would take you to this page here, and this is my Patreon account. So you see I have posts. I've made posts on posts on posts about this stuff. I keep a lot of them behind the paywall, because you can just join my Patreon for free if you wanted to. Boom. But you won't get access to the site. So essentially, you could be the bottom tier and still get access to it. So you would just come into Patreon. You'd come down here. You'd hit join. You join the Patreon, and magically, boom, now you're going to be redirected back here, where you would log in with your Patreon account. It's super easy. So again, $5 tier, you could be higher if you want to. More tiers give you more access. So, and this is just for the initial stages, guys. We're building this out, and right now it's time to open the doors of the database to the community and to get feedback and a lot of, you know, I'm going to say potential redesigns and potential fixes that I got to like hammer out as we go. So if you wanted to join the Invisible College level, that would just give you the ability to request cases. You'd get into the Discord. You have voting power when stuff like this comes up. And yes, it's going to be more open as time goes, but this is for that initial stage. Again, a lot of people were asking for access to the timeline, how they could try it, how they could be a tester. This is how. Okay, this is how. And you're also helping the project grow. So good. And the good thing about Patreon too is that you do get access to, again, like message boards, private chats, community stuff. So this is all going to be focused on building the timeline, building the UFO timeline. So go to the ufotimeline.com, click access or early access. You're going to be redirected right here. And then you just select your tier, and then you're going to be in. You can now log into the timeline using that, and it should redirect you directly to the website. It should. Now, if it doesn't, right? Because let's say you're in this is just the homepage. If it doesn't, then all you have to do is go to the ufotimeline.com/timeline, and you will be redirected in the mix. And you will be directed right to the website. And so let's get into what that website looks like and what you can kind of expect to see there. Because, it's a good time. And again, I couldn't be more excited. It's just, I am jazzed about it. And I've been wanting to show you guys what this is and how it functions for a while, outside of just showing you guys on a live stream. So what I'm really looking forward to is getting people leaving comments, posting their own videos of people using it, researchers and whatnot. I just think that would be awesome. So we're going to get this screen going, and I'm going to show you what to do when you log into the timeline for the first time. All right, here it is. Here's what happens. I'll refresh this so you guys can see and kind of get the experience of what it would be like to open up this bad boy for the first time. Oh, man. Very excited. Okay, let's get a little refresh going. So you log in. Now you've gained access. Your profile name, whatever it is on Patreon, will appear right here. And this will be kind of like your little hub, okay? Then you have... This is the Today in UFO History. This over here in the corner is literally just to show you a quick little view of let's just click it. What happens? Okay. What just happened? All right, we clicked it. We have a new event pop up over here. Now we know. We have the information over here. Carl Higdon, October 25th, 1974, Rawlins, Wyoming. You have a summary here. This little icon is going to give you a kind of a rough idea of what the craft looked like. You got a good summary. You got some more data. The category it shows up in, which is, of course, abductions right here. And it tells you again right there what category it is. You have craft behavior, the CE scale, and entity type if there was any. And here we have robotic and humanoid. Wild. Okay, so this is going to be your summary area. This is where the information about the cases comes up. This guy is going to give you the quick readout of the name, the date, and the place. Next to the summary area, you have the globe. Now, the globe is completely manipulatable. I don't know how to say it, but here you are. So you can go look at the cases, check them out, go a little closer. And if you wanted to look at this is all just more category selection. And if you deselect a case, right, if you're just like not on it anymore, you're over here, you can turn these off. So if you don't want to see the major events, the tech, if all you wanted was abduction, you could just turn these other ones off. And you'll see not only do the dots disappear on the globe, but also on the timeline itself. Okay, so, and you could do the same thing over here. So category toggles are kind of big if you want to isolate data. And that's what that's about. Now, next to the globe, and what you're going to find too is sometimes the globe gets a little off-centered, and that's because I'm new at this. But I did put a button in here for you. Reset that globe. Get it right where it's supposed to go. All right. Now, next to the globe, you have this area, which is like going to be more toggles and more readouts of what's going on. So this is the total cases that are up here, shows you that. And if you were to remove one of these categories, you'll see that the total cases drops, and then the wheel also readjusts. So you get a full scale situation here, right? So boom, and then these are toggles that you can click on and off, and you'll see that both in the globe and on the timeline, cases are removed that don't fit these toggle switches. Okay, so these toggles are here, and you can scroll down. The scrolling isn't so intuitive, so I'm going to put a lot more, I guess, where people are having a hard time, an instruction there for people. But it really takes some use to find this out, right? So boom, boom, boom. You have summary, you have your globe, and then you have your toggles. This thing up here is for basically high contrast mode, and that's going to be a mode that's going to be refined more as time goes on. But if the color scheme isn't your vibe, then there's going to be options for quick changes of color schemes. So that's the bottom. That's what's going on down here in the bottom. You select a case on the timeline, then it shows up down here. This is the readout. This is so you don't have to go to separate pages or open different windows. It's all right here. Now, in the summary box, you're going to find that there's also these voting options. So if you like a case and you think it's great, well done, well written, gives you a lot of information, give it an upvote. If you don't like it, then downvote it. I monitor these, and so that's going to tell me, oh, everyone hates this one case, why? Everyone hates this one description, why? So it'll give me a chance to really focus on what the community's focusing on. And you'll see that this is a community section down here. People who submit cases, this is going to be open soon, not open now through the website, but it is open through Patreon. So Patreon members in the second tier, the Invisible College, they would be able to submit cases. And so I'll be able to go through those cases and then start getting them incorporated into the site. Sometimes they'll end up in the community section if they were community submitted, and then the community can then come vote on them, right? They can find the case and be like, oh, this is actually really good. Boom. Or it's not. Boom. So that's a way to give the users a voice right now when it comes down to this. And you're also going to see something interesting down here, and this is in the process of being beautified, the deep dive button. And so if you hit that button, you'll see that you have more info, all the photographs, right? All this stuff. Videos, reports, FOIA reports. So all the cases that have that are filled in white instead of black, they are the cases that have deep dive content. And again, sometimes there's videos, right? Sometimes there's reports, and that's gonna be the thing for everything. So again, some of these cases, as we fill out, are going to have deep dive options that are going to include even things like custom video. So if you get the Battle of Los Angeles and you deep dive it, you're going to see that there's a video in here, and this is a custom video.
The Battle of Los Angeles.
So it's a video summary.
A large, slow-moving object illuminated by searchlights.
I add sound effects. I'm going to be doing narration. I'm going to have other people be doing narration. I get all the photos and the relevant images involved, and I try to make it entertaining. My goal is to, if you wanted to zone out and come to the website and watch a ton of UFO videos, you just easily could, right? So that's this stuff down here. That's the buttons. Also, this is a search field. These are search fields right here, just to let you guys know. If I wanted to type in China, then it takes me to the cases in China. And then if I wanted to type in 1980, then it brings up the year 1980. If I wanted to type in the 80s, then I just put an S at the end of it, and now I have the entire decade of the 80s. And there's another way to get decade information too, and that leads me to the timeline, which we will get to last. I'll get to the timeline last, how to navigate it and how to use it. But up here we have the search bar, and that's exactly what you think it is. You search for something, it can come up. Search for crash. Okay, now we got crashes. These are all the cases that involve crashes. And that's how the search bar works. Very easy. Very easy. Whatever, you can search for pilot and see. And basically, if a case comes up that has pilots involved, then they're going to show up on the thing after you search for it. and it's a live search. So it is what it is. I love it. You clear the search field, and then all the cases reappear. Beautiful, fun, awesome. And this is another favorite feature of mine. It's the event list. So the event list, you hit that button, and now you have a list show up. The list shows up immediately in chronological order, but it's all the cases that are on this thing. But instead of having to scan through the timeline or even the globe, this is a more type A, just a list. Chronological order, every case. And the cases, if they have a little dot on the side, that shows you what category they're in. So that's sick, right? Now, alphabetical. Yep, that works. So now everything's in alphabetical order, right? You're able to just scroll through. So if someone tells you about a case name, you don't have to look through, how are you going to find it in these dots, right? But here, you just find it through the event list. You can move the event list, and you can also change the size of the event list, right? So you can, I wanted to give people a lot of freedom with their event list, if they want to use it, how they want to use it, where they want to keep it. And if you close it, it opens where you last closed it. So, it's always there, but as an option. So I love that. That's the event list. This looks like a lot of stuff, but when you zoom in, you realize there's some room here, right? And this is just every year. So now I'm zoomed into a point where I can see the years. I can see little flaps. And now we're on the timeline, ladies and gentlemen. So again, this is a tutorial for people who have just logged in and don't know what's going on. The timeline is completely interactive. All right, it's completely interactive. These events here, they're just the way it is. These all represent events. Down here represents time. And over here on the vertical, this represents categories. So I've divided up, using my knowledge of UFO research, I've divided up the categories here, and you can just see it. We got major events, technology, military contact, abduction beings, interaction, UFO sightings, mass sightings, high strangeness, and of course the community category that we talked about earlier. There are obviously more categories to explore. And through that, we have something called the category dashboard that we will be introducing. But for now, what we have here is what you will be confronted with. You could turn them on and turn them off. The white dot represents an indicator of on and off. That's what that white dot means. Now, if you turn them off, you'll see that it takes a second for them to grow back, working on that, but they do come back. Now they show up everywhere else. Now you can grab the timeline, click and drag, and here you can explore this way. Click and drag, just sliding it down. You can scroll using your mouse scroll up or down to zoom in or out. And you could zoom so far out that on one end you have the 20th century, and on the other end you have the 15th century. So that's a really good spread, I think, right? But you rarely would need that. Again, this is just for being able to look up points of data, really quickly. So coming in at this more realistic scale of how someone should be using it, like this is, a way to scan through data. Down here, you have the year readout. And what you'll notice, and this isn't so obvious, so I'm glad I'm able to cover this with you guys. What you'll notice is that if the decades are clickable, and if you just click a decade, it opens up the decade. Okay? It immediately zooms into the decade, and that's cool. Another little quick navigation tool for you. Now, up here, Today in UFO History is sick. I love that option. Okay, so this is it. This is the timeline itself, and what makes this website different than every other UFO database in the world. What makes this different is this timeline, being able to look at cases spread out across different categories, while also being able to identify the geographical information of where it is, right? And to quickly see where it is in relation to stuff, when it is in relation to stuff. Also, getting a detailed summary, the ability to vote on the summary, check out some deep dive information if there is any, the ability to really quickly and intuitively filter out things from what you're seeing. So you only wanted to see the sphere cases, boom. The sphere cases are now on display. You only want to see the saucer cases, boom. And it tells you there's 75 of them. Okay, there's 75 saucer cases. What about saucers that are involved with grays? Boom. These are the saucer cases that also have reports of grays. And now you can dive in and explore them. Look at this is actually a trip. Is this real? Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Almost identical to this. I wouldn't see any other pattern here except for time. What is this? Berkshire, 69. There's a great Netflix documentary on Berkshire. I recommend you all check this out. Holloman Air Force Base. That was the very first incident, I believe, at Holloman, 1971. Right? Is this the one where, like, extraterrestrial beings came down? Yeah. Extraterrestrial beings came down and maybe interacted with. Okay, so we have Berkshire, which is a mass. It's abduction sighting, but it's also a mass sighting. It's a UFO flap. A lot of events happened in Berkshire around this time. Then Holloman, an Air Force Base incident that involved military contact with beings, and then the abduction, the Allagash abduction. Oh, okay. Well, Berkshire and Allagash are kind of close, right? Sorry. Yeah, they're really close. Separated by how long? 69 to 76. Huh. Okay, then what's up with this? Because these look so similar, these little dots, or this little rhythm. We have Ikley Moore. Oh, I'm about to redo. Heather's going to kill me. I'm about to redo this summary. Look how weak this summary is. I'm surprised she didn't downvote it already. So the Ikley Moore, Ilkley Moore case. Let's read how bad this summary is. On December 1st, 1987, retired policeman Philip Spencer encountered a strange being on Ilkley Moor in West Yorkshire, England. Oh, okay, we're in England now, and this is a being. That's strange. Now we get to Linda Napolitano. Okay, that's a big abduction in Brooklyn. That's that Brooklyn. There's actually a Netflix series coming out about Linda Napolitano. Huh. Big case. On the night of November 3rd, 1989, Linda Napolitano, a Manhattan housewife, claimed she was taken from her bedroom in her New York City apartment by ET beings. According to Napolitano's account, she was lying in bed where she suddenly sensed a presence and saw a bright light outside her window. She described being levitated out of her bedroom through a closed window and transported to a hovering UFO. Damn. Inside the spacecraft, she encountered beings she referred to as grays. Yeah, that's spooky, dude. Okay, so we got some grays here. What happened? And what's this? The Ariel School. Wow. Strange. So what we're looking at, and again, I don't know if this means anything, but chat, I mean, what do you guys think about this? We got these 3 events, boom, 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 and then these 3 events, boom, boom, boom. These are, again, why we're looking at these is because I put these 2 filters on, saucer and gray. So these are 2 groups of cases that feel timing-wise almost identical. Boom, boom, space, and then go. Boom, boom, space, and then go. Is that the same thing over here? Look at this. Close, close, far. Roswell, what's this, Aztec? Yeah, Aztec. And then Richard French. Whoa, Richard French over here in the Nova Scotia? What is this? Newfoundland. Richard French, a former U.S. Air Force lieutenant colonel, had a remarkable and compelling UFO encounter that he shared later in life. French was initially involved in Project Blue Book. What? This can't be real. Boom, boom, boom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. How weird is that? What a weird find. All right. Yeah, that's spooky. Spooky news. Crazy. Kind of found that live in the space, dude. Live in here. What is this case? Clayton and Donna Lee, 2005 in Texas. I wonder, you know what I'm curious about now is if they're going to be, let me just take off grays and let's see what pops up. Okay, we got some stuff over here, but that's so weird, this pattern. And this is a fun thing too, right? Now, we've done our little research experiment here. We have these groupings. We know why they're there, and they're open. And so what happens is if you turn these filters off, even though all of the cases come back, and it kind of looks like a jumbled mess right there, but even though all the cases come back, you still can see the ones you were looking at, all right? Those are still obvious, and they stand out. So if you're researching, you can see them. And I'm also going to create the ability to leave like notes on this. So I got off on a tangent, but that was really fun to note. That was really cool. I wonder if that means anything. I doubt it. Okay, so you have the UFO timeline now at your fingertips, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in this tool, if you think that it's it's a good thing, if you like that I put it together, if you want to support it, you can support it. Super chat, donation. I don't really care, right? But now you have the ability to go check it out, right? And through Patreon, I have the ability to have a feedback loop, or not loop, but a pipeline between me and the people using it. I have the ability to create chats and polls and votes and all kinds of things that would be really hard to implement through the website and would take a ton of more work to even try. And so I'm really, really thankful for Patreon. Shout out to them. Shout out to the... you know what I mean, for making it work. And shout out to all y'all. A lot of people have signed up. Let's see how many. You can go into my Patreon and see how many people are signed up to it. I think it's like I might have maybe 11. There's 11 supporters right now who are able to gain access to this database. If you want to be one of them, you know how to do it, okay? Go to patreon.com, go to ufotimeline.com. I'll leave a link in the description. I should always do that. I should always do it. But I'll leave a link in the comments too. ufotimeline.com. Hit early access and follow the instructions. Super easy. Super easy. And when you get into the timeline, come watch this video. I'm going to create another tutorial video that kind of gets you in there, but this one was really designed to show you the process of using the site and also of getting in. Again, just go to the ufotimeline.com. This is the link right there. Go there and get access to this. Help me build it out. This is, without a doubt, the most advanced UFO database ever made, as far as a user interface and the ability to like get in there and have fun with it. So building this out has been a dream of mine, and just like having a YouTube channel, and you know what I mean, that shit, it's a dream. And so the fact that this is here now and we could all use it, I want to get as many eyes on it as possible. Spread the word, share the stream, share the link, talk to your friends about it. My friends are still blown away that I made this. They can't believe it. And I'm hoping that over the course of the next couple months, before we officially have a big launch, the kinks get worked out, the community gets established, and the research stands on its own. You know, the design's good, the research is good, the team is good. Now it's all about time, and it's all about feedback, and that's where you guys come in. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, for real, for supporting me through the years of making content, studying UFOs, hosting spaces on Twitter. Like, it's a big deal. And I feel in a lot of ways that this project is a culmination of those things. So again, thanks for checking it out. Please hop on there if you're interested in UFO research at all. This will be the tool for everyone, and it only gets there through, you know, a lot more testing, a lot more trial and error, and to be frank, a lot more mistakes, right? And we do that through, you know, discovering where a bug is and whatnot. But this will absolutely be an app. It will be a service. It will be a research hub for years to come. because nothing like this, like I said, nothing like this exists. So y'all are really watching something. Be a part of history. Check it out. Go log in, the UFOtimeline.com, follow the instructions, and you could be using this for your UFO presentations. You could be using this for literally anything you need to use it for. And thanks again. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, I'll be around. If you have questions, pop on to the UFO Timeline on Twitter, Tubacabra on Twitter. Just check it out, and then we'll be there. Take care, guys.